It is the future of our past.
As part of our new hospital, we thought it would be a great idea to bury a time capsule so that our future generations of SLU employees would be able to understand what it was like when we actually set the hospital cornerstone in place.
The staff of SSM Health St. Louis University Hospital has spent the past 6 months collecting items they feel will best tell their story to the doctors and nurses working here 100 years from now. And it all has to fit into just 6 cubic feet of watertight, temperature-tolerant, acid-resistant plastic.
Basically, it was up to them to decide what they wanted to do. It's their time capsule, not my time capsule, theirs. My goal and my job is to help make sure that the items are prepped properly so that we can do the best we can to assure that when it's opened 100 years from now, they're in the best condition possible.
It is an eclectic collection of mostly small things that represent big ideas, like the flag that was attached to the last beam installed during the topping out ceremony at the new SSM Health St. Louis University Hospital.
It shows what the staff here feel is important to them. So there's a lot of digital photographs that are on 7 different thumb drives. I'm hoping that that is a very good documentation of life today at this hospital and how things are done. And we're hoping that people in the future will have a USB adapter and figure out how to get the things open.
They are also including examples of once big news that will be very old news by 2119. There are banners and cups and keepsakes, personal items, and items made even more personal. But in some ways, this 55-pound time capsule is also a box of questions. By 2119, will there have been another Billiken makeover? Will it take a century for the Blues to once again win the Stanley Cup? And in 100 years, will blood pressure cuffs and stethoscopes be found only in medical museums?
It's unfathomable to think what medicine will look like. I tend to be a Star Trek fan myself, science fiction fan, one could always imagine, but in real life, we think it'll be quite an enjoyable exercise and a rich exercise culturally for future generations of not only SLU H employees, but also the School of Medicine.
You've got probably a medical student here now whose grandson or granddaughter will potentially be on the medical staff here 100 years from now.
A few items are just for fun, though some may require an explanation.
There is an interest in putting in a turkey sandwich in the time capsule. I think we could make a turkey sandwich work. I'm not sure I want to eat it in 100 years, but one never knows.
There are quite a few items in the collection related to St. Louis itself. During an informational briefing about the new hospital, Mayor Lyda Krewson heard about the time capsule and pulled the city pins off her lapel and donated them on the spot. But the most moving items may be these letters, lovingly written by staff members, full of stories and warm wishes to be paid forward across 10 decades.
I think for me, it's the real heart of why we have a time capsule. It's kind of great to see a banner or a T-shirt, but when you can talk peer-to-peer over a 100-year span, personally to someone, I think that will really touch people in the future in a very intimate way.
Of all the items bequeathed to the hospital staff of the future, this pair of SLU blue socks might say the most about the true meaning of this project. They were knitted by Josepha Lane, a 94-year-old heart patient who made them as a present for her cardiologist. A thank you to him for giving her the best gift of all, the gift of life. And whether 100 years from now or 1,000, the healing power of presence is timeless.
What I think is important is we acknowledge that while things change, the basic concept of healthcare is care. The basic thing that we're doing is providing care and help to the patients. That doesn't change.
It's a statement of faith that we expect to be here 100 years from now.